Hi, Toy Tractor Times fans. I'm here with Chris Steeb, and we're working on a display. Right now, Chris is putting in, hey, Solon's Farms. Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. We're working on a new display here with Chris Steeb. Last time, I guess it was just a few weeks before the Nationals, or about a month before the Nationals, and now we're back at the display.
Made some progress since then, and a bunch of you guys asked for us to do if we do a live stream like we did last time to get a newer perspective of how it's coming along. And for those of you who've only seen it since last time, it's come a long ways. Made some really good progress this weekend. Really want to thank both Matt Cassidy and Marty Carney. Sorry if I butchered your last name. I remember your first name. Hooksy is what he goes by on Instagram. He is the one that has that really nice tobacco farm display. He was here for most of the weekend helping us. I also like to wish his father a happy birthday tonight, and his birthday is tomorrow. I'll do a shout out on that. You guys all need to mention over there and wish him a happy birthday because it is his 50th birthday tomorrow.
So we've had a good, productive weekend, and Chris right now is working on the creek bank along the dairy farm that's been added. This is going to be called the Springbrook Dairy, and it's really coming together now, and a lot of good details. I'm going to try to lean here. This is going to be the road on the farm, and Chris has added a bunch of stones and trees, and still a long way to go. This side is going to be called Sprucewood Farms, and we have a lot of work to do on this side. But we are getting some completion. We're getting the road cleaned up, the ditch bank. The big Sprucewood barn is now static grassed in, and this all was the 2014 National Farm Toy Show display board that I took. There was a big tractor 4786 International plowing in this field. It was in wheat stubble, and now we've got it back into dirt, and half the road is complete, and then we're gonna run a road. This is gonna be like a T intersection here, and we'll run a road down the edge of the display on a curve that passes right by the dairy farm. So there's lots of nice details, things to work on, but we're definitely coming along. Thanks in great part to Chris from Redlands, Oklahoma on the Instagram. Looks like we've got 103 people tuning in.
All right. That's like twice what we had last time. Hello again to everybody. Like I said, right now I'm just working on, this is going to be a tree-covered laneway, so Jason gets some cool pictures of combines and stuff coming out of the field.
And the field is kind of a river bottom here. Jacob DeRutter built this display over here for the Lafayette Toy Show a few years ago, and we've incorporated that, as well as Chad Garber's Spring Rung Dairy, which will now be called Springbrook, and it's I think it'd be a really nice place to photograph farm toys and have a model farm Monday stories. Hello to Geiger 1570. You guys have a great Spirit of 76. Thanks for watching. Appreciate everybody tuning in. How many hours does this take? Way too many. This is a second full work weekend of putting this together, and we still have a long way to go.
Yeah, that's kind of a rough question. As I said, I mean, we incorporated some displays that, guys have been working on for quite a while. I mean, Chad had, I think a couple years in this one before he decided to move on to something else. So, like I said, we've had 2 full weekends of just incorporating into the boards that we had here. Displays, like I said, saying how long they take can be relative, because if you have all the supplies and such and you're starting with, fresh foam, you can knock out a simple one pretty quick. But then when you get into a little more details like a river, like this, this is...
It's just taking a better part of 2 days just to do this river. And while we're letting things dry, other things are getting done. But
and we're still, like I said, the river's still got a fair way to go. Like I said, it looks cool right now, but it'll look as good as that one I had on that little mini display. And that little mini display one I had, 2.5 weeks just in that little river. And it's Oh my gosh. A third of the size, maybe not even that, maybe a quarter of the size.
Right. Oh, I just wanted to say thank you. I think to Zaham Farms, he just said he watches every big tractor power video, so I appreciate that. And but yeah, this creek, this is all molded stone, and it's going to look really cool to get this done. And there's going to be a lot of trees along this. It's not just going to be a grass ditch or anything. It's going to be pretty wooded, and you can see Chris is cutting that in right now.
Completely tree lined the whole length.
What brand of tractors am I going to run on this? Over here is going to be a grain and canning crop vegetable farm called Sprucewood Farms. This farm is primarily Case IH, Steigers. They were an international and Steiger farm, and it will remain that. Other than that, they always run John Deere combines. Over here on the dairy, I'm kind of up in the air. I've been thinking about New Holland and maybe some Versatiles. Also thinking about maybe John Deere, so I may do some voter or viewer opinion polls on what this lineup is. I've got a lot of customs that I can go multiple directions for sure on this, and it's a neat opportunity to start a new farm story.
I'm in favor of Deutz Alice Belarus. I think he just needs to put a bunch of goofy stuff on it.
Hey, I like Deutz Alice. Belarus might be a little harder to come by, but I do have some. I could do a Deutz Alice farm, no problem.
We have a friend that has one of them. Unfortunately, he can't come across the border right now because Canadians won't play well with us. You're on here, Putnam. Good to see you.
But it's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to getting a lot of equipment on here. Definitely could go Agco, New Holland, John Deere. I've already got a big Case IH farm that's going to be over here. So we'll see, and it's always fun to tell the stories.
If you guys, we're kind of doing this by the seat of our pants. If you guys have any questions like the how long one, what we use for.
I see the Michigan crop farmer on here, so that's good to see you. Yep, please ask any questions.
We were just like I said, we were asked in both of our DMs if we do one, so you get what you get. You get us here and dinking away, like I said, but we're always welcome to answer questions, whether we're at a show or here.
I see Putnam Built is on here, so he's in favor of the Belarus. I had someone ask about doing Caterpillar. Yeah, I like Challenger. I actually have quite a few Challenger pieces, and hopefully a new Lexion combine on the way. Actually, a new old classic from the late 90s. Lots of possibilities, definitely. Who built the house on the display? That is Vicki Peterson built that. Very nice. She built a lot of nice pieces. Unfortunately, she's in retirement at the moment from building. I really would like to order some more things.
Yeah, I wish she'd come on. Like I said, yeah, she got Chad's shop done and my shop done, and I think it's a debate between us on who had the actual last one, but she did my auction yard. Like I said, she did shop for me, did a couple little hay barns, commodity barns. She did some awesome work, and her husband did some beautiful work with brass.
Well, I got a question, I think, again, from Zaham Farms. He asked, could I put the 747 Big Bud with the new LSW tires on this farm? It's a cool piece. I actually have the toy, but it's 25 and a half feet wide. So it's
it could possibly go on Sprucewood. It'd fit down the road. It's not making it into the laneways of this little old German farm.
No, and this is going to have telephone poles on it and electric lines. You'll have your highway signs here and things, and that tractor is massive. Actually, when I filmed that in Montana, I texted Chris from the field, and I said, let's make a mini display for the 747, and I texted him some pictures of old farmstead in the corner of a 3,000-acre field. So in our spare time, after this is all done, maybe we'll get just a little Big Bud display to show that off.
That'd be neat to do. Like I said, it's a cool tractor. I like what they did to it. It's like I said, it's the problem with doing that one, or having the 740 Big Bud is to start with. It's just like I said, unless you're doing a picture like Jason did, and we just built something standalone. It's really one of those tractors you can't really tie it into your lineup too much because there's only one of them.
So it would be neat to do the Williams Brothers farm. It's really cool,
yeah.
And it would be neat, but it's a little out of my wheelhouse because I don't live in Montana, and it would just be neat to do sometime, but we'll see what we come up with. Let's see. Any other questions? Let's see what. Hello to Colby Crocs from Australia.
More than one Australian toy farmer?
Yeah.
I thought
Here's
Corey was
Luke,
our only one.
Luke Murphy. Luke's a Western Kentucky guy here. We've got a person on from Brazil. Very cool. So appreciate everybody watching. I'll kind of take you on a tour around. Tell you right now, things are just everywhere because there just isn't quite enough space out here. But we're working on incorporating this big hill into a field. We got that sorted out last time because it was in snow and wheat stubble. Working again. Chris did the last live feed we did back in September. Static grassing this barn area. We're going to have more trees and things in here, and got the silo room, and the manure gutter here goes on the front of the barn. And then over here is where the Sprucewood Farms, which I've been doing since 2003. We tore everything up, everything I ever photographed, that is all gone, and kind of redesigning it. Working on painting it. I'll have a full video on YouTube of all the steps we've taken over the past 2 months of building, how you even actually glue this styrofoam down, how you cut it, sculpt it. There's actually a slope right here. You can see the plaster cloth, and then you paint it. I use a Stonyfield brown that I get at Lowe's. There's going to be a barn over there. That's the ramp right now. You can see it's, we use this plaster cloth and also this dust control plaster right here. So use that, and this is the bank, and it looks pretty messy right now, kind of like cake frosting, but we'll sand this down and then put this plaster cloth over the top of it to mold it, and then just paint it. So here's kind of it's going to have some cattle in it and a fence, and this is kind of the sculpted ended result, and then we'll layer it with materials to make it look like a barnyard. And I actually think the barn that's going to go on it is sitting right here. So that's what is going to be sitting here on the display. We can take a look over here. Again, this is where the road's going to go, and I'm really excited about this. There was a young man at the St. Louis show this year in February, and he put a curve in his display. And I really like that because it gives you a different look rather than just running the road straight. It just seems to make this space look a little bit bigger. Again, Chris casted these stones, and I'm really just excited about the look that's going to look driving by. And that's going to be right in the backyard of the dairy. So one big display, but also just getting the depth of a dividing line in 2 displays. Here we can see the pasture where the cows will go out. We're going to vacuum up this dirt that's sitting here, and it will give the effect more of what you see here versus just that loose dirt. So we've got the monoslope shed here, and we'll fill that up with cows. There'll be cows out here behind the main barn. I'm excited about this Adam Frericks 3D printed Quonset hut. It'll be a nice detail here on the farm to store equipment, and it just adds a little age to the farm. That would have been a big building added after this barn over here. And then also we've got a modern, newer machine shed and shop that's right here at the entrance of the farm. And of course this house, these are all the materials, the flags and stuff, and the front yard. And this is just going to be really photogenic as you look down here, looking at this and across with the blue sky in the background. And the walls in this room are all painted blue, so you kind of get that nice effect in the distance. You jump over here by Chris, and again, see that creek bed looking all the way down there. That's going to look pretty neat. And Chris is getting the big trees along the laneway, and I might just drop you guys in there so you can see that effect. And that's just the start of it. So it's going to be pretty neat to have a truck or a tractor or a combine coming out of the field. And that's going to be a pretty good size field out there once we get all the other pieces off of it. let's see, did the people with a 40-foot farm display come back to the toy show this year? That show is in, there's a 40-foot farm display called the American Dream. It's really cool. I have a few videos of it on YouTube, and I still need to get the 2021 up. But as far as I know right now, the National Farm Machinery Show will go forward. It's going to be limited on how things are done. So we'll have to wait and see if the big display is coming back. I hope it is, but we'll just have to see what they allow. So again, this is kind of, this board here below the painted area is kind of going to be the big farm with the grain bins, the barns, the shop. There's going to be a house kind of sitting right here. And then you're going to come up here to the old barn. I'm going to have a hay storage shed back here. And then hopefully this back half, kind of where you see the paint, is going to be a field. I really like buildings, but I like fields better because it lets me show a lot of custom equipment and things. Over here is a display that Chris built for me. It's kind of messed up at the moment, but the Rochester Tractor International Harvester dealership. And we've just stuck a lot of toys here that came off the display right now, but nice detail. I really like this 3D printed industrial sign. We're gonna have a lot of industrial internationals like that backhoe on here, as well as a 3D printed agriculture sign. My local international dealer had a Cub Cadet over the door, and that's from Chucky's Farm Toys, and that's just kind of a neat detail. And then you got a Sperry New Holland and a Steiger sign. A couple other things coming up. I'm really excited. In just a few weeks, probably not too long after Thanksgiving, the new Toy Tractor Times Ford tractors are coming out. It's a TW35 from SpecCast, a high detail piece. These will be available at Outback Toys, Boston Implement, Dalton Farm Toys, a lot of other dealers. You can kind of see the detail SpecCast is putting in this two-wheel drive model. And you got the posable 3-point hitch that goes up and down. And you'll be able to order this as a two-wheel drive model with duals. And we've got our front wheel assist model with duals as well. And then there will be the chase units, which are going to come on a large single tire. Now, when I first showed this tractor, that was the prototype. It had white fenders on it, which is a Series 2 model. The final production units are going to be blue. And I'm actually excited. This is the one and only one with the white fenders because it was a prototype. So I'll be keeping that one in my collection. And just something a little different. Yes, Chris would like it. After all this help, I should probably get him a white fendered one. But if you're interested in these Toy Tractor Times tractors, check out Outback Toys. They're on Instagram, Outback or Dalton or Cape Boston. Or talk to your favorite farm tour dealer. They'll probably have them in stock as well. So, do we have any other questions? Hello to Argentina. It's always neat to see where people are watching from around the United States, Canada, or other parts of the world. I appreciate everybody tuning in.
Here's a question to Argentina. Is there toy shows down that way? We know of some, like I said, over in England. And just, it's awesome that you're in.
Thanks, Luke.
But just curious if there is. I've got some, I collect a lot of Massey Ferguson's, a lot of you know, and I actually have some Argentinian Massey Ferguson toys, so there is some stuff that was specifically done down your way. I just always wondered if there was toy shows or anything.
Yeah, I know we had someone on from Brazil too, so if you're in South America, Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, we'd like to know if you have toy shows down there, if you get them at your local tractor dealer like we do, or how you get toys. There was a question. They said, please keep your original lineup. Yes. Sprucewood Farms is going to have all the Steigers, the Case IHs, the P Combines. All that is going to remain the same for this uncompleted part, which will come together in the next few weeks. What I'm looking at is the new display over there. I've got to think of what that lineup is. One of the things I thought about maybe putting on that new farm is this New Holland TR87 by Matt Hollingshead. I think it'd be a kind of a cool combine. So it's up in the air as to what that one will be, but that's half the fun of the display. I think as we walk over here, some of Sprucewood's tractors are all actually just sitting in this box. There's the gold 535, and It's the Black Stripe 1066. It's difficult to find a spot for all this because it's kind of a big parking lot for a lot of my customs, and right now we've got to completely rebuild it, so everything's tucked away. So Chris, I guess I hate to sign off, but we kind of have to get back to work. Any final thoughts?
Just thanks for the support you guys have given us. Like I said, it's awesome that I'm over 16,000 followers in under 2 years.
So for people that haven't seen you before, how do they find you on Instagram?
I am at Redlands, Oklahoma.
And Chris has a lot of features on Toy Tractor Times YouTube. Congratulations, you just placed second, really in a near tie at the National Farm Toy Show this year, so congratulations.
James tied, and I was happy that he got first, and my wife's the only one not that happy about second, because getting second, guys, means I get to bring a whole new display next year.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing it. And my son Seth always asks, Daddy, when are you taking this display? This is not going anywhere. It's glued together and nailed together, and it's too big to go anywhere. But we'll definitely be showing it on Instagram and YouTube a lot. So, tobacco. You know what? Hook C. If you check out, Blake is asking about tobacco. Go to Hook C on Instagram, and he has got a great model tobacco farm. He was here today. He brought his display up, and we did an interview on it showing tobacco equipment. Is there a John Deere 8RX? Yes, I'm actually I have 2 row tracks on my display right now, and I'm going to go to 8RX tractors on those. So probably be later next year. So that will be exciting. Well, I appreciate, hi Jane, I'm doing well. Thanks for checking it out, and I appreciate everybody. Sugar beet, if you go to Toy Tractor Times YouTube, there are some sugar beet displays on there. I have not ever been around sugar beets, so I really stick with doing wheat and corn and alfalfa and canning crops like sweet corn and peas. That's what I know, and that's what's going to be shown out here. I like sugar beets. I do red beets, red table beets. I got a red table beet harvester on the display.
Brian Mannion should have a video on there, 2013, of a beautiful one. And then Jeff Borth had one in 2014, I think it was.
Doug Lee last year, he was
Doug Lee, then Doug Lee had his
he was the
nationals with it last year.
Yep. And Doug Lee also, if you type in Doug Lee, he also did a big red sugar beet pile display, which was really cool.
Yeah, in 2017, yep.
Yep. So we got custom Lego farm toys. Yeah, we'll definitely check out your work. That's
we're all Lego nuts. We were talking about that today.
All right, everybody. So this one should be showing up. This side should be showing up really soon on Instagram, and this side, hopefully in the very near future, we'll knock it out. Really, once you get down to the paint, this is the good sign. Once you've gotten down to the brown paint, you can really knock this stuff out pretty quickly.
Yeah, this over here, guys, was all brown paint 2 hours ago, maybe.
Yep.
Other than the crick itself, yeah. So once you get the paint down, the grass and the dirt all just starts. Really
and that's the fun part, because that's when it really starts to look like something. Yep. This is our dividing line. Here we've got something. Over there, it's still a blank canvas, but it'll be there soon. All right, thank you for tuning in, and I'll look forward to bringing you some more videos on YouTube. Thank you.